Wait a minute,
When
Chastity, are
they're
you laying down?
no, I'm not. I'm sitting
Oh,
up, but I'm leaning. I mean, y'all too proper for me. Maybe I don't need to be on this show because y'all too proper for me. I mean, if we gonna be talking straight up and be real, let's just be
Chastity,
real
I'm
now.
joking with you.
I mean, I don't know. Am I didn't. You didn't give me any camera rules, so I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, excuse me. Let me sit up.
If you had the perfect situation, what would that look like?
Ain't a such dang pits. We're not about to sit up
I
here and tell you
listen.
that
The
this how
men,
it go.
listen. This
Come
is a
on,
teaching. No, no, no. So
real is
if you never
real.
dream, they will never come true.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So if it's a person out there and they're like, well, you know what? I'm in a situation where I want to fix my marriage, but I can't. I can't get into her mind. I can't make her happy. It's like because there are men who really want to make their wives happy. Okay. So this is just, and I'm not saying, please. I'm not saying Cinderella story. I'm talking about realistically what will make you happy. Because at the end of the day, there are people in happy marriages somewhere, and you may be in.
Right,
What
absolutely.
I'm saying is, ideally, but in a realistic manner, what would be the perfect marriage? Not your. It doesn't have to be your marriage. It just has to be what would be in your idea of a perfect marriage.
Well, I'm gonna say, you can have someone in a marriage where,
Wait a minute,
when
Chastity, are you
they're
laying down?
no, I'm not. I'm
Oh,
sitting up, but I'm leaning. I mean, y'all too proper for me. Maybe I don't need to be on this show because y'all too proper for me. I mean, if we gonna be talking straight up and be real, let's just be
Chastity, I'm
real
joking
now.
with you.
I mean, I don't know. Am I didn't. You didn't give me any camera rules, so I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, excuse me. Let me sit up.
Chastity, you're good. It was a joke.
Okay,
No,
okay.
it's a
Well,
joke.
I'm just gonna say this. Okay, you can have someone in a relationship where, in front of everybody, they are portraying like they are the best. They're in the best relationship, and everything is going well, and everybody's like, "Oh wow!" As soon as she walked in the door, he smacked the crap out of her. Okay, he called her a bitch. Okay, can I say that up here? I don't know. Is it okay? Okay, yeah, I mean, so when you say a perfect marriage, there is no perfect marriage. Now, if you're
No,
saying
no.
if you're
I
saying
once
all about, you know you're getting along and everybody's just having, what I'm saying, okay, we have our occasionally arguments here and there, but we know how to communicate about it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, babe, I'm late on this. Can you help me out? Okay, here's the money back in here. We're communicating about different things. Just like Felicia said, different relationships have different situations, so they communicate different ways. So, my idea of marriage is somebody that does not break my peace. You're there for me. You know what I'm saying? You are there when I need you in that moment. When I need my peace, you know it. When I just had a hard day, you come home, you already know I had a hard day. It ain't no arguing. Hey, let me massage your feet. Just rubbing my back. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's gonna go to bat for me regardless, but that's gonna be there with me when I really need them. To me, that's a perfect marriage. Okay? We can talk about it, we can communicate, we can do whatever we need to do. This all skipping down the hip to hip yellow lane. No, ma'am.
no, you just answered my question. That's what I wanted to hear. The last part, not
Can
that
you
first
and
part.
next time can
That
you give me
that
some
last
rules
part.
on
That
how I
last
need
part.
to position myself, please?
I
I
was
don't
gonna
make.
say
I don't
that I
want it.
think
This is very. I feel out of place because I didn't know I supposed to have my fur on or something. I didn't know. I didn't know how I supposed to act up here. Y'all didn't tell me. So now I'm laying down. I'm getting in trouble. I mean, I don't know what my background's supposed to look like. I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, but I'm just saying. Let me be quiet now.
I was
I just want to say something, Shantae. I don't, your question, there's nothing wrong with your question, but I think everyone's answer is going to be so different.
And that's what I want
Because,
because we're not the same.
everyone's perfect is different. And she's right. There's no perfect marriage. But it stems back to love language because her love language is she wants to be acknowledged, she wants to be touched, she wants to be heard. Like, I had a long day. I just want to come home and, massage me. And that's my way of perfect marriage. So there's more to it than just a perfect marriage, because a lot of times we go through things and we don't know each other's love language, and it has so much to do with how you were raised, how you were brought up. Did you see your mom and dad, kissing growing up? Did you see your dad showing your mom affection? All of that. And, and if I don't come from that, then I'm not going to know how to receive it or give it. I'm not going to know how to show you what my love language is. So to answer your question, my perfect marriage, if I was in a perfect world, would be to have someone who's more of a friend, someone who I can talk to, someone who I can go to, laugh, talk shit about, to, you know what I mean, and not be offended. Of course, there's lines, there's lines that you don't cross, but I want to be able to come to you and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. What are your thoughts? Hey, this is what I want to do. And I don't want to necessarily force you to do something I want to do, but more so entertain the idea. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go skydiving. That's far-fetched. I want to go skydiving. Would you go with me? Not necessarily maybe jump with me, but maybe go with me as a friend just for support. I want to start a new career. What do you think? But instead of shutting me down altogether, maybe explain to me why you don't think me wanting to be a senator or is a good idea. You know what I mean? Like, those are the things. A perfect marriage to me is more so having a friendship, more than, the other stuff. That's my perfect marriage. But everybody's perfect marriage is different.
I agree. That was great. How about you, Lisa? Sorry, my little assistant just hopped in the camera.
Felicia said let her in, by the way.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so ideally for me, what I would hope to have in a marriage, or marry, but in a perfect marriage, or someone who is perfect for me, because the situation may not be perfect, but the person who I would want for me will more than likely be someone who is a motivator. I am an overthinker, so I need someone who knows how to communicate. I need someone who knows that when I'm busting my behind out here, and I come home, take some of that load off. Because if we're being a partner in this and we're coming in this, I feel, let me go back. I feel like this. If the man is being the man and taking care of home, the finances and things like that, then okay. You're taking care of all the responsibility, the bills, and I'm home, then yes, the house is going to be clean, the kids are going to be taken care of and stuff like that. But if we're going in this almost like roommate style, where we're going half on everything, then I feel like half of my responsibilities should be half of your responsibilities. I don't want to feel like I'm doing the most and you're receiving the most, but I'm doing the most. And I would like a man who's more of a protector. But just I'm big on communication. So if you rub me the wrong way, I want to be able to communicate that with you without an argument being started. I wanted you to say, well, you hurt my feelings when you said that. So ideally, that sounds good, but in the real world, it's kind of hard to find that balance. I like to joke and crack jokes and laugh, and I don't want to walk on eggshells all the time. So if I can find, like she said, like Sandy said, a friend that I can do all those things with, and he motivates me and I motivate him, then ideally that works for me.
A big one. It sounds like from what everyone was saying, which kind of falls in line with what I was feeling. But a perfect marriage looks like it's 4 C's. You have your commitment, you want communication, compassion, and companionship. So I would think that if all of those things are, at least 3 out of the 4 are occurring regularly, I think that would be an ideal happy marriage. When you're not having like communication, companionship, or compassion or commitment, if that's not happened frequently, I definitely feel like you're going to be in an unhappy marriage, because now there may be times where one is more important than the other, depending on where you're at in your relationship. Like, when my husband and I got together, well, I didn't get married until I was 25, but met my husband in college at 18. So in that early stage of our relationship, I would say what was more important to me at that time was his companionship, not necessarily the communication part. Just because I think at that age of my life, I think both of us were very immature in learning how to effectively communicate. We grew into that later on, but the companionship was definitely important to me at that point in time. I mean, like, we were really cool, and that has carried over into, our 19 years later of being married. Like, one thing that we said, if we ever divorce, we know that we probably would not find a mate on the same level in terms of being able to truly communicate. That was one of the biggest things that he made a priority, like in our relationship from very beginning. It was, I need you to be able to tell me anything, good, bad, or indifferent. Do not let me hear about anything from somebody else without hearing it from you first. And I can say that we've held true to that. So I think that that has been the foundation of our relationship. But the I would say the commitment has changed depending on what age and stage of our relationship we were in. The compassion definitely changed. I can definitely say now at our older aspect of our marriage, the compassion part has definitely gotten a lot better. Um, but I think when you have all of those four things going for you at the same time, I think that would be an ideal, what one would say a happy marriage is, or an ideal marriage. But it does wax and wanes from time to time.
Anybody else want to share?
I mean, I think everyone's pretty much touched on it. I thought what she said was good. The 4 C's, the main thing, is just trust. Like, some people, have had, I think everyone has been in a relationship where there has been trust issues. So being with someone you're going to spend the rest of your life with is very important to trust that person. And I mean, that goes with everything, like, trusting them with your safety, trusting them with your well being, with your finances, with your children, so forth. So I just think that's one of it. I think everyone pretty much touched bases on things that would, make a great marriage succeed.